Hello, welcome to my channel WWE Pulse.
It's no secret that WWE loves a good tournament. The company has produced dozens of them over the years, with some being more prestigious than others. But there's one tournament in particular that stands out as being the most important of all. That would be the King of the Ring tournament. This single elimination affair has been responsible for launching multiple careers. Stars such as Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin got their big break thanks to this event. So let's take a look back at the history of the King of the Ring. Hello, everyone! It's me! And while the King of the Ring has had its share of memorable moments, it hasn't always been smooth sailing. There were times when the tournament was poorly booked and received negative fan feedback. In fact, there was one year where fans hated the KOTR so much that they gave the winner the nickname Coronation because he was the King of Suck. Anyway, today we're looking at the top and bottom of the King of the Ring. What were the best and worst parts of this prestigious event? Let's find out. Number 10, the prize. Now, when it comes to wrestling championships, there are some titles that carry more weight than others. The Intercontinental Championship, United States Championship, and European Championship have all been considered secondary titles throughout the years, but none have ever carried the prestige that the King of the Ring gave. To be named the King of an entire country meant that you were next in line for the WWE Championship. In fact, every King of the Ring winner received a WWE title shot within 2 months after winning their tournament. That's a great thing about the King of the Ring. It gave wrestlers something tangible to work towards, and if they were successful, it guaranteed them a shot at the top prize in WWE. Number 9, Mabel. One of the most shocking upsets in King of the Ring history came in 1995 when a rookie by the name of Mabel made it all the way to the finals. Mabel wasn't exactly built for the WWE standing, just 5'11", 260 pounds. He lacked the size that fans had grown accustomed to seeing from their big men. But Mabel didn't care. He was arguably the most athletic big man in the company, and he used that to his advantage. Mabel shocked the world when he eliminated the legendary Bob Backlund in the first round. Then went on to defeat Savio Vega, Tatanka, and finally Hakushi to win the whole thing. Mabel was actually supposed to lose to Hakushi in the final, but he won over the crowd so much during the tournament that management decided to switch things up and make him the king instead. No. 8th, The Undertaker. If there was one wrestler who was destined to become king, it was The Undertaker. The Deadman had all the makings of a great king. He looked the part, he acted the part, and the fans loved him. So it was only a matter of time before he got his crown. Unfortunately for The Undertaker, he never got the opportunity. He competed in the King of the Ring tournament 3 times and was eliminated in the first round each time. His first match came against the British Bulldog in 1991, followed by a loss to the 1-2-3 Kid in 1994. His most controversial loss came in 1997 when he was disqualified for choke slamming Mankind through the announce table. The fact that The Undertaker never won the King of the Ring is even more surprising, considering that he was in the main event of the very first tournament. But perhaps it was for the best. Had he won in 1991, he may not have gone on to become the multiple-time world champion and WWE icon that he is today. No. 7. The ratings. One of the reasons why the King of the Ring has been so important throughout the years is because it brought in big ratings. In 1993, the second King of the Ring event managed to pull in a 4.7 rating, which is equivalent to over 1.1 million viewers. To put that into perspective, the last time the WWE produced a house show at Madison Square Garden, they only sold 18,000 tickets. So the King of the Ring was bringing in almost double the audience of a live event. The King of the Ring continued to bring in strong ratings throughout the 90s, peaking again in 1997 with a 5.3 rating. That 1997 tournament featured a stellar lineup of wrestlers, including The Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kane, and returning Bret Hart. It's no wonder that fans tuned in. No. 6. The format. The King of the Ring was different from other tournaments in the sense that it was a single elimination format, unlike other events where wrestlers could afford to lose a match or two at KOTR. One bad night was all it took to end your run. This created a fast-paced, high-stakes environment where every match mattered. Wrestlers had to bring their best week after week, and the crowd knew it. In fact, one of the biggest complaints about the modern-day King of the Ring is that it is no longer a single elimination tournament. Instead, wrestlers compete in a round-robin format where they're given multiple chances to advance. It just doesn't have the same feel as it did in the past. And that's all because WWE changed the format. No. 5. Bret Hart. After spending the majority of his career as a baby, Bret Hart finally turned heel in 1997. The following year, he entered the King of the Ring as the No. 1 seed and defeated the Godfather to win the tournament. It was a monumental moment in Hart's career, and it marked the beginning of his transformation from beloved hero to cunning villain. Hart would go on to become one of the most hated wrestlers in the company and was eventually awarded the coveted Best Heel Award at the 1998 Wrestling Observer Awards. If you ask me, though, Hart's reign as king was too short. He should have held the title for much longer. In fact, his victory speech at the 1998 King of the Ring is still considered by many to be one of the greatest promos of all time. Had WWE played their cards right, they could have kept the momentum going and turned Bret Hart into a bona fide supervillain. No. 4. Stone Cold. Stone Cold Steve Austin was already a household name by the time he entered the 1996 King of the Ring. But his victory that night elevated him to a level that he'd never been before. Austin cut one of the greatest promos in WWE history. After his match with Jerry Lawler ended in a double disqualification, he went on to defeat the Sultan Owen Hart and then world champion Sitchosid to win the whole thing. Austin's victory speech is remembered as one of the biggest screw you moments in wrestling history. He went on to feud with WWE Chairman Vince McMahon for the next 5 years, becoming the face of the company in the process. Without the King of the Ring, it's unlikely that Austin would have found the success that he did. No. 3. The 2001 edition. The 2001 King of the Ring was the first ever to be held outside of North America. The tournament was held in London, England, and featured a stellar lineup of international talent. The field included the likes of Rob Van Dam, Diamond Dallas Page, William Regal, and the British Bulldog. In the end, it was RVD who emerged victorious after defeating Kane in the final. This tournament proved that the King of the Ring could be successful in different countries, which led to events being held in places such as Memphis, Toronto, and Las Vegas. Number 2, Edge. Few wrestlers have ever worn the King of the Ring crown with as much pride as Adam Copeland, better known as Edge. After capturing the title in 2001, Edge donned a robe and a crown whenever he appeared on WWE television. He also started addressing himself as Joaquin, further cementing his dominance. Edge was at the height of his powers when he won the tournament, and he was able to defeat a tough field of competitors. In T-Finals went up against his best friend, Christian. The two were on a clinic, but it was Edge who emerged victorious. Unfortunately, Edge's reign as king came to an abrupt end at the hands of Booker T. The two were set to face each other at SummerSlam, but Booker T suffered an injury, forcing Edge to vacate the title. And coming in, no one, the very first King of the Ring, the inaugural King of the Ring tournament, was held on August 26, 1993. The event features some of the biggest names in WWE, including The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, and of course, the British Bulldog. It was an instant classic. The matches were hard-hitting, and the crowd was electric. In the end, it was the Bulldog who emerged victorious after defeating The Undertaker in the finals. The event was so well received that WWE decided to make the King of the Ring an annual event. And the rest, as they say, is history. That's all for this list. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please subscribe for more content like this. Have an idea for a future video? Leave it in the comments below. And while you're at it, follow me on social media. Until next time, stay safe and I'll see you then.
Okay guys, thank you for watching my videos.